Talking about the SQL syntax, SQL keywords are not case sensitive. For example, you could write select, which is a keyword, in uppercase or lowercase. It would give the same result. But to keep it consistent, we would like to use it either in lowercase or uppercase. But for our tutorial queries, we are going to use all uppercase for the keywords, and we will use lowercase for the column names, for the table names. And some database systems require a semicolon at the end of each SQL statement, meaning that, for example, if you use Oracle database, you would have to put semicolon at the end of each query, otherwise it would throw an error. And let's move on to our first keyword. Select statement is, as I probably mentioned, is used to select data from a database, meaning that you can retrieve certain information. If you write select, and specify the column, or you can specify multiple columns, or as here you can just put a star. It will give you the information from the entire table, and then you write from and the name of the table. For example, let's look at this. We are writing select country from customers, meaning that customers is the name of the table and country is the name of the column that we want to retrieve the information from. In the next video, I'll show you how exactly it's done. Let's do it together. Okay, now let's actually put everything into action, right? And we want to write some queries. For that purpose, we will use our sample database, which is a human resources database provided by Oracle. And in previous videos, I have already showed how to connect to the SQL, live SQL, and how to connect actually to the human resources database, which is a sample database that we are going to use throughout our course. But just quickly, I'll show you one more time. So we will be using the human resources database. This is a sample database that is actually used in order to practice and to learn SQL. Go ahead to the schema and then click here at schema and choose human resources. After you click it, you will see all these tables. So these are all the tables that we have in our database. Just okay, yes, if you press one of those tables, you will see the information about the table. It will tell you the column, the type, and then the length. So for example, employees table has these 11 columns: email, phone number, and etc. But for now, just please make sure that you know how to get the schema of the HR database and how to go to the SQL worksheet and connect to that HR database. In order to connect, you are going to find, and then here you have to just click on human resources. After you click on human resources, you will see all these tables. So it means that we are already connected to the HR database, and now we are going to write our query. So let's write first simple query. Let's retrieve some information, right? Let's get some information from the employees table, right? Okay, I will write select, and we will write the keywords in uppercase. So select, and I'll just put star because I want to get the information from the table. I want to get all the information. I don't want to specify something. So from, I will choose from the employees table. Okay, and we have to put semicolon at the end, and we will click run. And look, here I'm getting an error which says table or view does not exist. So it means that Oracle, the SQL couldn't find this one, employees table. The problem is here that we are using a live SQL, so this is just how it works. You need to specify the name of the database right before the name of the table. So I will write HR, which is the name of the database, and we'll try to run it again. And here you go. We have all the information about the employees. We have employee ID, first name, last name, and department. For our next query, let's select some column. For that, we will write select, and instead of the star, we will put the name of the column, for example, email. Well, let's choose first name and email, and let's get salary. Okay, oops. And we are saying that we want to get it from this particular table, which is HR database, employees table, right? Oops. And let's run it. And it runs all the queries. So it first runs our first query, which is just select entire information from the employees table, and then it goes to this second query, and it gives us first name, email, and salary. Great. Let's practice some more. Let's select for example, what we have. Let's select some first name, and then let's select last name, first name, last name, and we want to select the department ID. Okay, and we are specifying from which table, from which database we want to get. This is the HR database and employees table. Oops. Okay, let's run it, and let's go all the way down to see. Okay, so this is our third query. We selected first name, last name, department ID, and basically this is it, how we use select statement. In this video we are going to talk about another statement which is called select distinct, and as you could already guess, it returns only distinct values per column. For example, first let's have a look at the formula. So first we write select, and then we specify a keyword distinct, and after that we have to write the name of the column, or if you want to get distinct values from multiple columns, you would specify some other columns, and you write from which table you want to retrieve that information. Here let's look at the example. Select distinct country from customers. So we are getting non-duplicate values of the country column from the customers table. It's pretty easy, and let's jump into our SQL Live. I'll just write one statement, and I will retrieve entire table so that I could see what we have. Okay, select. I want to select everything from employees. And then we need to specify HR. Okay, here you go. We have employee ID, first name, last name, and for example, manager ID. Say that I want to get the IDs of the managers, and I don't want it to be duplicated. I just want to know how many unique manager IDs we have. For that, I will write select distinct. Okay, and then I will specify the name of the column, manager. Manager ID, and from HR employees. Okay, let's run it. Okay, table of view does not exist. So we wrote something wrong. Manager ID from HR employees. Okay, I forgot to write L. Okay, now we have manager IDs, and since we wrote distinct, we can see only unique non-duplicate manager IDs. We have this many IDs. Okay, let's try something else. Let's select department IDs. Let's see what kind of department IDs we have. Select distinct department ID from HR database and employees table. Okay, let's run it. And we need to see, we should be able to see these numbers without duplicates. Okay, here you go. Here are the department IDs. We have 10, 20, 50, so, and we have some null. Okay, let's try some more. Select distinct, and this time we want to select distinct. For example, employee IDs are all different, so it doesn't make any sense to get non-duplicate values. We can try just salary for practice. Salary from HR and employees database, or employees table. Employees. Okay. Let's see how many different salaries they have. Oh, they have so many. Okay,